the near future, I feel like, there's going to be a pause. There's going to be a pause. Like you pausing, I feel like you're not going to jump back into the dating game anytime soon with the hangman energy. I feel like your perspective is going to completely shift. You're going to be able to take some time, some quiet time, and really it's like about you coming into your own independence. You really like boosting up your confidence and really trusting your inner knowings. Like I feel like that's part of it too, is like you trusting what you knew. I feel like that's why spirit was asking you in the beginning to surrender to rest and sleep, because it's just really a part of the overall healing process. You need time, your body needs time to kind of integrate what you've recently been going through, you know what I mean? So I feel like with the hangman energy, that pause, taking that necessary time to rest, taking the necessary time, to have that introspective, what have you been learning from this, right? What are you learning from this experience? It's like you're going to have really great boundaries. At the end of the day, you're going to come out with really great boundaries. Wow, I've got 7, 8, and 9 of wands. Yeah, this is really, really cool. It's like this pause. This is so freaking cool, you guys. Holy crap. So it's like this pause that's coming in the future after this ending, this time of introspection, this time of really deep rest. It's going to be so healing for you. With the 7 of wands, it's like this is about non-conforming. This is about really standing in. Oh, thank you, Sarah. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, you're so kind. Sarah's like, I like the lighting. Can see your gorgeous face better and love your hair down today. So far, the cards and your channeling is on point. Girl, I see you, queen. I love you. Thank you, Sarah, for showing up and for contributing as always. My girl, my sister. So look at this progression, Sarah. Isn't this not badass? 7, 8, 9. The 7, like you taking this pause with that hand. I'm getting a chill on this. You taking a pause with this healing and this resting, right? And figuring out, man, this is what I've learned from it. The overarching energy is the hermit, introspective, really going within, a little bit of solitude. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're really going to be anchored in your authenticity. I'm getting chills on this right now. You are going to be anchored in this. What is that? Holy crap. I love it. Hey. You're going to be anchored in this like authenticity, like boundaries with yourself, boundaries with other people. It's like you don't feel it. You're going to come out of this not feeling a need to be defensive. It's just like you're going to be really taking your power back. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of momentum coming forth. Like this is progress and momentum. Okay. It's a very good thing. It's like, I feel like with the 9 of wands, you're really going to learn, like when you go through this and you surrender these outdated beliefs, you're going to have to replace them with new belief structures, right? You've got to have something to replace the old with when we clear out the vessel. I highly recommend Don Miguel Ruiz's The Four Agreements to do that. It's a wonderful book. It's got some really great, it's like it's like, here we go. I'm impeccable with my word. I choose not to take things personally. I choose not to make assumptions about anything. And I do my best every day. Those are 4 basic, belief structures that you can actually utilize and replace the old ones with, right? You've got to have your inner compass, your inner rubric, boundaries, right? It's like knowing what your values are, knowing what you bring to the table in a relationship, right? You're going to learn this. You're going to heal from this, taking this time. And it's like boundaries are meant to keep people in our life. And when we have that inner compass, when we have that inner rubric, remember when we were in college and the college teachers gave us the rubric and said, if you do 1 through 5, you get an A on the test or you get an A in the class. It's like, that's what knowing what your values really are. Like what are your non-negotiables? A counselor put that to me once when I was in therapy in relationships. What are your non-negotiables? Like you are not going to negotiate. You're not going to betray yourself on when it comes to a a relationship, right? And this can apply to any kind of relationship. And when you can anchor into that, it makes it really easy to just express yourself. 7 of wands, be able to advocate for yourself and say, hey, look, that makes me feel really uncomfortable. And this is why, like, I'm not going to do that. Or 7 of wands, somebody shit talking about another person. And you're like, hey, look, I actually really like this person. I actually really like this person, and I really appreciate if you could honor my boundaries and not talk about that person in my presence. And if the person keeps doing it, well, they're violating your boundaries. They're violating your values. They're violating your non-negotiables. And that's pretty much what boundaries are in a nutshell. It's not about trying to, block people out and be resistant, right? It's about, hey, this is where I'm at. Are you going to honor it or not? Kind of deal, right? So I feel like that's what you're really coming into. And I love that, because when you can anchor in to your own, when you can anchor into your boundaries, it means you're not going to wall up and keep yourself away from other people. Because what happens to us when we end some type of a romantic relationship, a lot of us have patterns of like rebounding and going out and having a little love time with people to kind of work it out of our systems. And if that works for you, great. I know for myself personally, it does not. With my soul blueprint and being like an energetic freaking sponge, it's like whoever you let enter you physically, you're literally taking on their energy and the energies of everybody that they've been with in a sexual way. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the clock. I cannot make this up. Tick, tick, tick. I love the progression in this reading. You are definitely doing the damn thing though. And I just feel like I feel like spirit's asking you to take the time and like maybe hold off on that, and like not jumping into, like, don't try to numb yourself out with more sex. Don't try to numb yourself out with alcohol. Don't try to numb yourself out with overeating or over exercising or whatever. It's like, let yourself feel the feelings, right? Let yourself go in like the hangman and the hermit. Let yourself take the pause and like get to know yourself. Get to know what your boundaries are, what are your values, what are your non-negotiables. I feel like a lot of you, this is going to be a really, really good thing. Date yourself. What makes you tick? Maybe it isn't what you always thought it was. Maybe you were just following what the generational patterns, the things that were like modeled to you growing up, or modeled to you like other friends or other, you know what I mean? Other relationships that you've been in. So this is a really, really great opportunity as a soul lesson, a spiritual lesson, because spirit wants us to experience relationships. Spirit wants us to experience, passionate, reciprocal, healthy, interdependent. You know what I mean? Like we each bring our own skills and gifts to the table on it. And there's no defensiveness. There's no need to like for enmeshment and like codependency kind of energy. You know what I mean? So let's go ahead and start clarifying. Yeah. 6 of Wands. Oh my God. I love this so much. Yeah. It's like on the bottom of the deck. I have to do this. Ooh, I'm getting chills on this. It's like I always work with the bottom of the deck because to me, the bottom of the deck is really resembling what's going on subconsciously within you and what's coming up to the surface. So with the 6 of Wands, ooh, I'm getting chills. Wow, we have the 6, 7, 8, and 9 of Wands. This is a huge lesson that you're going to be learning. You're going to be overcoming this. You're really going to be overcoming this, and you're going to be recognized for this. People are going to recognize that you're taking that time and that you're overcoming those belief structures and you're healing from this. And I feel like for some of you, this may even be something that through your pain, through the experience of this, you may feel a calling to help other people in this type of area. You know what I mean? So that's really cool. You're overcoming this. The Sun card, Leo energy, again, King of Wands showed up. Maybe you're dealing with a Leo. Maybe you are a Leo. Maybe you're a Sagittarius or Aries. But this is about a very big shift of perspective. You're going to feel so much better. You're going to have such clarity on this. It's like you're going to know what your value is with that white horse. Horses are about transformation, and the white is about purity. You know what I mean? And the red ribbon is symbolizing like security. You're totally going to be building up your own security within yourself to be able to move about the cabin of your life, right? And the young child with the little red plume, just like the Fool, it's like you're going to really have fun with this. You're going to have fun discovering who you really are and what really makes you tick. I think it's important to take ownership of who you are attracting and figure out what is in your energy is a match for that person. 100% agree, Sarah. 100% agree. And that is so why I like to dedicate the Tuesday readings to this archetypal path, because it's like when we can identify and recognize the patterns, these archetypes that are playing, these energies that are playing within us, and when we can really go in and do that deep introspection, take accountability, take our power back, and like harness those archetypes for good, this is what brings us that clarity. This is what brings us that, yeah, I can have fun with this. It doesn't have to be all bullshit and like unhealthy. Like we can start attracting healthy relationships, right? So the 10 of Pentacles, it's like I feel like you're going to be able to attract I'm getting a 6 chakra squeeze. You're going to be able to attract long-term relationships and connections in all different aspects, relationships, right? Not just romantic. This is also a nod from your ancestors for some of you. This is breaking not only generational healing, like generational trauma, generational patterns. This is also like you're breaking through, this is your soul here we're talking about. You're breaking through past life patterns. You could have been dealing with this person in a past life. For others of you, this is breaking ancestral karmic patterns. So I really, really like that energy for you. Let's go ahead and start clarifying. We're at 26